Hi guys, so this is my update video for why I think the Joker from the film Joker, not any of the other films, or the comics, just for now, the Joaquin Phoenix, if that's how you say his name, sorry if I got that wrong, why I think he has BPD. Just turn that down. Okay, so frantic efforts to avoid real imagined abandonment is a big one for BPD, and I think that shows in the film. I mean, he obviously relies on his mum a lot. Well, she relies on him, but it's a very close, at the beginning anyway, close relationship. You can tell he's lonely, and that all he wants is kind of approval from Murray and those people who are imagined kind of relationships. I mean, obviously at work, you know, they're just workmates, but, you know, they don't really treat him well, and, you know, from the beginning it shows that, you know, he's kind of sad about it. I mean, obviously in the middle, when he's really angry and stuff, he's like, nah, fuck it. But that goes on to my second thing of a pattern of unstable, intense interpersonal relationships characterized by alternating between extremes of idealization and devaluation, splitting. I get this a lot. I hate it. But, yeah, so, you know, you've got a relationship with somebody, and then either a real or imagined abandonment happens, or you feel like all of a sudden they're not on your side or whatever, and you can get intensely angry and emotional about that, and then you split. You're like, oh, that person who I loved and thought was amazing, all of a sudden, nope, can't stand them, why did I even love them, I may as well just leave and cut them off, and then you kind of go in circles of devaluation and all that kind of stuff. It's really exhausting. But in the film, I see it because he wants approval so much from Murray, but then when he's watching Murray take the piss out of him in the film, it's like, you know, whew, you know, and I can understand at the end bit where he does his joke on set, he shoots Murray. That's the intense anger. I feel that very much. And when he gets bullied on the train and kills those people, you know, that's fear and stuff, but I know it's wrong. But, you know, you're rooting for him in that moment. You're like, yeah, fucking take that. And you can tell that occasionally he does have, you know, empathy. Like, I would say in the movie, especially the next bit, and the Joker as a character, he probably does have psychopathic traits. And I'm not saying that BPD people are psychopaths or anything like that, and I'm not going into that, you know. Obviously, the Joker as a character, he is a villain, and he does kill people and all that. But I think in this movie, we could argue that he starts off with BPD, and then other things influence him, and he, you know, like he kills his mum and stuff like that, which I would come into, where is it, inappropriate, intense anger, or difficulty controlling anger. I get that, and I hate it. It's one of my worst traits. I work on it all the time, but it can come out of nowhere. Like, I can literally drop something on the floor or something, you know, and I'll be like, ah! I hate it. But, you know, in the scene where he kills the guys on the train, and where he watches people, like, taking the piss out of him, and, you know, you can see that switch. I mean, when Randall comes to his apartment to say, oh, we're sorry that your mum died, and he obviously knows what Randall did with the gun, and then he's like, yeah, whatever, stab. You know, it's like, yes, I can feel that anger there. But then, I forgot his name, the little person who tries to run out of the apartment, he's like, hey, you treated me nice. That shows to me that he has empathy, at least in that moment. He still has that grounding to be able to, like, hey, look, you were alright, I liked you, you can go, you know? That's why I'm saying that there's an argument for, in this film at least, that it's more BPD and less psychopath. And I think in the next film, and the Joker comics and Joker everything else, it's very much, no, he's the clown prince, he's psychotic, he's all this. Because that's the other argument I'll have. He's definitely got a delusional disorder, hasn't he? Because he has the girlfriend who's like, he fantasizes about their relationship, which, well, I would say that's a BPD thing in a way. I've had those kind of, not fully psychotic, thinking that somebody's there when they're not, but definitely imagining a relationship that maybe isn't as it should have been. But anyway, what else have we got? Recurrent suicidal behaviour, gestures or threats of self-mutilating behaviour. You know what I thought, and this is what made me think about BPD mostly? You know when Arthur's having a really bad time and he puts himself in the fridge? I thought that that could be a suicide gesture, because he could be like, oh, if I close the door, I'll run out of oxygen. But then I thought, oh no, it could be self-harm because it makes you cold. And if you know about self-harm, one of the things they teach you is, instead of actually SH, you can use ice to create that kind of feeling. So I thought, oh, he could be getting in the fridge to get rid of his emotions and not have to think about it, and instead be thinking about cold. But then I was like, oh no, he could be trying to actually cut off his oxygen and just die in there. So that was very interesting. That was one of the things that made me think to do this video. Chronic feelings of emptiness. I think through the whole film, he's very much like, I've never been happy, I've never been this, and until he gets like noticed and stuff like that, and everything seems to be going not his way, but you know what I mean. He's very empty. He's very numb. I like the bit where he's talking to the psychiatrist, and he's like, "Look, you don't fucking listen, do you?" Because it is like that sometimes. I'm not saying. I mean, I've been in the mental health system for a very long time, and I've got a good psychiatrist at the moment. I'm very happy for that, but it happens. You sometimes sat opposite them and you're like, are you even fucking listening to me? Like, really? Transient stress related paranoid ideation or severe dissociative symptoms. I wouldn't say. I mean, he could. I mean, he has the thought that the girlfriend is there when she's not. So that could be that. He is paranoid, but I don't blame him for that. I would say, if I really had to think about it, I would say he's got traits of BPD, he's got traits of psychopathy, he's got traits of maybe schizophrenia or some kind of psychotic disorder. I don't think he's got substance use at all. I don't think he's got bipolar, because he never appears to be overly manic or overly depressive. I mean, he's definitely depressed, but I don't think it's not shown in this movie anyway. Anyway, my time's nearly up, so yeah. Anything else? Yeah, no, that's about it. So those are my ideas for why Arthur Fleck from the Joker, played by Joaquin Phoenix, might have BPD. This could be a video that's already been done. Maybe there's YouTube videos on it. I haven't ever come across anything that says specifically about the Joker having BPD, but that's because I just haven't come across it. I've watched other stuff on reviews on movies and the mental illness of characters, but I can't remember one that's specifically why BPD might be linked to Joker. And I think in Joker Part 2, there is the maybe traits of BPD, but I think they're going to maybe go more into a psychotic disorder and psychopathy, antisocial personality disorder. But yeah, they're my thoughts. What do you guys think? Does anybody else see that link? And by the way, I don't want to make this video as if to say that people with BPD are monsters or psychopaths or murderers. We're not. We have empathy. We really do. We want to love. Yes, we have black and white thinking and all that kind of stuff, but I'm working on it. I think I'm a quiet borderline, actually. Only occasionally, especially these days, do I actually go up. And normally it's because of things like alcohol and stuff that make me go more. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm going on a bit of a cray rant here? God, look at my tooth. So yeah, the Joker, I think there's a case for him having BPD, and maybe that's one of the reasons I like the movie so much. I don't know. I always felt for him. I really do. Anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. If you did watch, sorry I'm a bit weird. Bye.